Okay. Testing. Alright, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. Go check a shop real fast and then we'll go talk to the Jedi Council. Last time we got off of Terrace, Darth Malak bombarded the surface of Terrace, leaving, as Karth very bluntly stated, every building above 2 stories in a pile of rubble. Thank you, Michael. Alright, let's do this. I will reiterate for any new watchers, my rule with the dialogue is that if it's main plot related or character arc related, I let it play. If it's side quest related, I skip it and summarize. We'll buy that for skills, and then that should be good. Alright. Yeah, I went into the settings and turned up the voice volume because I thought that's what would be most important. I also turned up the music a little bit because the music in this game is really good.
You there, Padawan.
Who this
Why
jerk?
are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you...
I am not a Padawan.
Bastila. I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents.
So remarkable that half the main characters know it.
You claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe. If this is some type of... Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
Alright. Now it's time to talk to the Jedi Council.
Ah, so you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar, and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak. Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
So, I'm not sure if there's anything on Jar or Dorak outside of this game, aside from Kreia calling Jar a fool in the second game, which is kind of hilarious. But Vandar is in the Knights of the Old Republic comics as basically a Grandmaster stand-in, and Vrook is on the High Council, and he is a key player in the second game.
Bastila tells us you are strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire Council can feel the strength of the Force within this man. And I've already related to you the events that took place on Terrace.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
We both know there is no luck. There is only the Force. We all feel the power in Bastila's companion, though it is wild and untamed. Now that this power has begun to manifest itself, can we safely ignore it?
The Jedi training is long and difficult, even when working with a young and open mind.
Long and difficult
Teaching
is
a
an
child
understatement.
is hard. How much harder will it be for an adult to learn the ways of the Jedi?
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults for training, though there are rare exceptions in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
I agree with Master Dora.
Special case, what's that supposed to
Many of our own
mean?
pupils are leaving the Jedi Order to follow the Sith teachings. We need recruits to stand against Malak. With Revan dead...
Are you certain Revan is truly dead? What if we undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
We should discuss
Buddy.
this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
Notice how she snapped at Rook, but has utmost respect for Vandar. I get the impression us, the players, are not the only people who hate Rook with a burning passion. Okay. Is this a cutscene file, or is this a vision file like earlier on? Yeah, this might be a cutscene.
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
So, what you missed there was a cutscene that's rather important, so I'll basically just tell you what happens in it. It's a force vision that the main character and Bastila shared of Revan and Malik entering some old ruins nearby to the temple before they had truly become Sith Lords. Revan is entering, and Malik briefly warns him that they may never be able to go back if they continue.
You got it.
Alright. Alright.
Ready?
We have a level with Karth. New weapon. Of course, Canderous is overpowered because of the mod. Oh boy, Canderous, he's fun.
Yeah, what do you want?
Got a backstory, man?
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
So Mandalorians are basically the Spartans of Star Wars, at least at this point in time. They think there's nothing greater than the glory and honor of battle.
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place.
Ah,
the
hey,
clans,
Storm.
as they were, aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand, and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle, and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
So basically, he's not sure if he likes being a Mandalorian or part of their culture. Another thing to mention here is he said 40 of your years is how long he's been fighting across the galaxy. That's because my character is a regular old human, and Mandalorians are a slightly different species. They evolved from if I'm remembering this correctly, they evolved from a group called the Tong. There was a civil war on Coruscant in the deep, deep past between humans and a species called the Tong. And the result of that was that the Tong were eventually driven off of Coruscant, and they evolved into the Mandalorians later down the line.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins here on Dantooine.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malak found something there.
This is back to the vision that you missed in the cutscene.
Bastila has described this shared dream to the Council in great detail. We feel it is more than a dream. It is a vision. The Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us. Together.
Huh. If you could elaborate more on what you mean there, Storm. Not sure exactly what you're saying. Or is it because you're on the other side of a wall from me here? Oh, you're watching... Ah, okay. Yeah, he just explained it to me. He's watching me. Storm's watching me from the other room. Must be a kind of funny experience there. So basically what they're talking about there is, back to the game, what they're talking about there is force bonds. Usually it will form between a Jedi Master and their apprentice, but it can also form between family members. For example, in the New Jedi Order books, Luke shares a force bond with Anakin Solo, his nephew. And he can feel it in the Force when Anakin Solo dies in Star by Star.
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
Yeah, they kind of are at that point, but the original Mandalorian species evolved from the Tong. The original Mandalorians are evolved from the Tong, but they'll recruit anybody who will accept their creed.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us. Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light and embraced the dark side, giving their allegiance to the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
Yeah, back to what you said about the new lore, Michael. The lore I know is primarily from Legends, and since this is a Legends game, I figured that's what would apply.
The lure of the dark side is not easy to resist. Malak's power grows as more and more planets fall to his conquering armies.
If Malak is not stopped, the Republic will fall, and the Jedi will be hunted to extinction. The galaxy will enter a time of darkness and tyranny, not seen for 1,000 generations.
The Council has decreed that you and Bastila must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of, once the Council deems you ready.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted, and perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you are willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
We must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face.
Time for a training
the entire
montage.
fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult. Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, You must open your mind to knowledge. Seek wisdom in the teachings of the great masters of the Order. A Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you. You and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline.
This training montage is very, very abridged.
Your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You have done in weeks what many cannot do in years.
Yeah.
I am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order.
There are story reasons for why it had to be
Soon your
weeks.
apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand why some people prefer the Sith code, but like there's flaws with both. I lean on the side of the Jedi code being more flawed than the Sith, but in a different direction.
In the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi. These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan, and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code. Return when you feel you are ready for this challenge.
Alright. I just got a text from a coworker. I think I'm gonna have one of my coworkers joining us. Anyway. Let's not even ask about the code.
Greetings,
let's just
my
go straight
young
into
pupil.
it.
Your progress has been most remarkable so far. Are you here to continue your training in the ways of the Jedi?
I actually am not a fan. I actually am not a big fan of the, like, Jedi Order storyline. Even though it was canon by Legend standards, I think it violates the ideas that George Lucas set up. Stories are cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it lines up with what George Lucas intended.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy. In the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi. These tests will see if you have true. First, I will test. You must now prove you have a Jedi's understanding. There is no emotion.
Now here's where I show my nerdiness without reading a book or asking any of the other characters reciting the code.
There is no ignorance. There is no passion. There is no chaos.
Where is it? There it is.
There is no death. You have learned your studies well, apprentice. It will not be long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi, the very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct his lightsaber with his own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
All the characters. Yeah, Thrawn is definitely one of the best written characters in the whole series. Thrawn is a brilliant military genius, and he will never not be cool. That's the part where Dorak asks me questions about different situations, and my answer determines what class of Jedi he thinks I should be. So the whole thing about the crystal, normally there would be the gathering. There's a couple of Clone Wars episodes that follow some younglings going through this. A gathering of younglings on the planet Ilum, where they're sent into a cave to let the Force guide them to their specific crystal. And of course, that would be like a long-ass level that you can't really do. That you wouldn't really be able to do and still be able to tell the story without it being bogged down.
Ah, you have come, young apprentice, at Master Zar's bidding. He sees great promise in you, as do I. The time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order. Blue is the color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber. Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
So, he pretty much summed it up pretty well there. These three classes had been made canon since this, and to a large extent still are. But these are generalizations. There are definitely consulars who are great duelists. Yoda. But I'm gonna go with consular, because to be a gunslinger and beat the final boss fight, you kinda have to.
Indeed. We shall see. I will now ask you questions, and your responses will indicate which class you lean most towards. A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking
Kyber
group
crystal,
of
yeah.
thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do?
So Michael, while I agree the current Kyber crystal setup is really cool, most of my knowledge comes from the Legends, and lightsaber crystals are a lot more complicated than that in Legends. For example, in the canon, Sith will bleed a crystal they took from a fallen Jedi to get their red lightsabers, whereas in Legends, they would often forge their own synthetic crystals that could channel the dark side better. Fun fact, in Return of the Jedi, Luke actually had a synthetic crystal because he couldn't get to Ilum to get a real one.
Indeed. Very well. On to the next question. You are in combat with a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do?
Basically, each of the dialogue options for these questions, one is the Guardian, one is the Consular, and one is the Sentinel. Guardian is attack him, try and find a weakness. His technique is a Sentinel, and try to turn him is Consular.
Yes, I suspected as much. Now for the next question. There is a locked door, and your goal lies on the other side. What do?
Knock.
I am beginning to see a pattern here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, the final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do?
Yeah, I'm sure there are definitely merits to both versions of it. But I'm personally a Legends guy because that's what I've read the most of, and that's what I have the most familiarity with.
Yes, I thought as much. As I suspected, you would be most suitable as a Jedi Consular. Which color and path do you believe yourself most suited to, apprentice? Here is a green crystal for your lightsaber.
That was really funny.
Go speak to Master Jar again, and he will instruct you on how to construct it.
And now I'm a Jedi. Ooh, I get feats. Sweetness. Okay, I definitely want Persuade. I want some I want some Repair. That'll come in use later. Alright. So. Ooh. You know what? We get Sniper Shot. secure, and ooh, my build is gonna be for using this on the final boss fight. So I'm gonna get that.
What?
Yeah, most of your characters will get a free level the moment you become a Jedi. Dex isn't really gonna matter for him because his armor. Master 2 weapon. Like my Dex is off the charts. I just realized I should probably have gotten Valor. Oh well. I could get that later.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
And now the cutscene just shows me walk to the workbench and fiddle around before I have a lightsaber. Am I gonna do this KotOR 2? Definitely. That's in the plan. Yes. And KotOR 2 actually has some really insane gunslinger builds you can do, but you can also do... KotOR 2 lets you do just about any kind of build you want without having to run down a very specific path.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber. These crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your
certain
lightsaber,
planets!
you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves here on Dantooine that may hold these crystals.
So yeah, it's not just caves, there are entire planets that they're native to. There are Ilum crystals, there's a set called the Deegan crystals, which I believe are native to Polis. I'd have to double check that one. And of course, like you said, the ones here on Dantooine. And then there are different varieties of crystals. Like there are points where characters even use basic gems to power their lightsabers. For example, on iJedi, it says that Corran Horn uses a basic emerald as his focusing lens.
It is a rumor only. I do not know if there's any truth in it, but you must learn first to use your lightsaber and take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
And this is basically where they give me work that they've been pushing off.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove once used for deep meditation by the Jedi is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless.
Yep.
They have become a threat to the settlers. A threat the Jedi have promised to stop. The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
There's something you're not telling me.
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi
Are we gonna do all the side quests? Yeah. There's actually a really funny one coming up.
A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Alright. But I'm not gonna use the lightsaber right now. I'm gonna use my awesome pistols. Excuse me. Alright. Okay, I was thinking of the second game for a second there. Where that workbench is in this game, there's a Foot Locker in the second game. You wanna do let's do a very Jedi thing and loot some apartments. Or maybe you can't loot that one. Okay. Ah, this guy will come up in a later side quest. Yeah, I am planning on doing all the side quests, except like there's one I'm on the fence about because this is a light side run.
The council has decreed you may come and go as you please.
You'll always have to talk to that droid before being allowed to leave the Enclave. Yeah, the plan is to try and get through all of Dantooine tonight. And Dantooine is pretty well self-contained. You don't really have to travel anywhere else to finish Dantooine.
Are you a Jedi? How long can you people continue to sit by and claim
Side
you
quest.
protect us, protectors? Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
What are you talking about?
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do.
I'm
They
with him
came
there.
to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no. There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
I find it funny how they just automatically refer to you. I always find it funny how the general citizen refer to anyone they know to be a Jedi as Master Jedi, even though, like, there's more ranks than Master. Maybe the general public don't always know that, but just like they don't always know the difference between a Jedi and a Sith. Vengeance. I'll protect you.
I will give you all I have. Just please, annihilate them from the face of this planet.
That's one side quest. That mod that gave Canderous absurd stats and all that Mandalorian armor I've been carrying around, that mod is gonna make this side quest incredibly challenging. Sign of respect, yeah, that makes sense. And this is probably one of the funniest side quests in the entire game.
Greetings, young Jedi. I wonder if you could assist me. I seem to have lost my companion, you see?
That pause. Your companion?
We were working on my farm to the north of here. I was working in the garden outside, and he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if he... Could he have been kidnapped?
Could have been the cat hounds?
Cat hounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Although they have been more vicious lately. No. It must have been someone who could open the door by himself. Come to think of it, the door was locked.
Could someone bypass the lock?
No. The door was undamaged and showed no signs of tampering.
Yeah, this side quest makes me laugh every time.
Well, yes, it could have, but he had no reason to run away. His programming...
Programming? Your missing companion is a droid?
Well, yes. He is a droid, but he is very valuable to me all the same. He's the last piece of my poor passed-away husband that I have left. He is very dear to me, my precious is. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the
What is he, the One Ring?
I have on all of Dantooine.
Or maybe Sauron has infiltrated this universe now and is operating through a droid. One droid to rule them all.
He is a personal assistance droid. My husband was a genius at constructing droids. He made this one capable of taking care of me for the rest of my life. As the last legacy of my husband, for my own personal ease of mind, I need him back. His absence gnaws at me like a gaping wound.
Wow, she really misses her droid, doesn't she?
Please, I beg of you, return my droid to me.
I'll help you find your droid.
Thank you.
So yeah, she's missing her droid that's supposed to take care of her, whatever she means by that. Hint, 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 hint. And this guy basically just runs a store. Again with my enhanced merchant mod. There's some crazy stuff here. Cass's Fett. those are the guns I'm after later. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's sell a couple of these. I don't need them. You know what? You know what? No, I'm gonna use the armor. I'm gonna need it. And here's the calf hounds they've said have become increasingly vicious.
That hurt, I bet.
You're how'd you like that?
Alright. Alright, here's the first of the Mandalorians the guy told me about.
You've been holding out on us again.
No!
And the guy offers up his wife and kids. What an ass!
Sounds like a good idea.
See, this guy has the same armor I've got on Canderous and Card. Then here's a trick. You can use this screen during combat to apply your medical supplies. And now I'm going to apply my energy shield. Gosh dang it. This time back. There we go. And I can do it without breaking my combat queue too. It's nice.
Here it is.
See, the guy's defense stats are insane because of this armor. I gotta fight multiple groups of these guys. Yay! Let's use an advancement kit this time.
This is what I live.
Alright, that's my last energy shield I've got on that one, so let's put this one on. Oh yeah, I actually scored a hit on him. Yeah, these guys are now going to be absolutely insanely tough. Got him!
That'll show you. How'd you like that?
The Doros guys drop like flies. I don't need to worry about them. Just the Mandalorians. These Mandalorians. Nice thing though is I'm going to get a set of this armor from every single one of them. I'm going to get a set of that armor from every one of them. Which is a nice reward for a pretty hard fight. And this armor is worth a lot of money, so like I can get some some pretty high-end items later. My question is, why did the Jedi not do anything about these Mandalorians? Like, seriously, they're supposed to be protectors of the peace. Well, if there's people attacking innocent settlers, you'd think they'd defend them. Now we're in the grove. Ooh, I got a stun! Being sneak attack!
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. You're dead.
Alright. And if I'm remembering correctly, yes! We get to play CSI Dantooine, everybody! Alright, he's gonna ask me to solve this murder mystery. This guy Calder was shot. Handon was holding his side, Vickard's favoring a leg. So basically, we have Handon and Vickard. Handon's holding his side, Vickard's favoring a leg, Calder was shot.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me...
Tell me what happened.
I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole far...
So he tells me someone isn't. He tells me he couldn't see it. He tells me he couldn't see the animal very well because the sun was in his eyes. But if you look up at the sky box here, it's cloudy.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting. I'm Handon Gould.
No, I have not heard of you.
Well, I presume you wish to hear my story. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders. Never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, when all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man, Calder. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there.
Alright, so now here's what we do. Want to discuss the murder. Rickard is lying. It's cloudy, there's no sun. Taking the first step to find the motive for the killing. Now I find the motive for the killing. This is where it gets interesting.
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operation. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So. Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body. I told y'all, was it? Now I don't... Right.
Right. Like he doesn't believe me.
How can I be of further...
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to... I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a... But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to...
No, it's saying you killed him.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Of course.
Alright, so if I remember correctly... Okay. Okay. Okay.
Greetings.
I always forget what order to do this quest in.
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder
All
has
right,
been rented
that's
by
right.
Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other? The Southwood Speeder rental is, according to the municipal, apparently a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about is there any other?
Cheating him in a business deal.
Very.
Alright, so he was cheating this guy in
So.
business.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport.
Good,
We've been
thank you,
partners
sir.
in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
Appreciate the feedback, man. There was bad blood.
Right.
How can I be?
You know, Calder better than you admitted.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would
Punch his face in, why?
My wife was cheating on me.
Ah! So there's
Slept
motives
in
on
my
both
own bed
sides.
While I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce.
Alright.
Of course.
Alright, now we can go back and talk to this guy. There was... Business matters. And now we ask about the body.
Is there any? We cannot get any more. Is there any? These they have.
Oh, right.
Is there any? Very.
I accidentally clicked the wrong
How
thing.
can I
Sorry
be of
about
further
that.
assistance?
What do you know about the weapon?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly
Oh,
have
yeah,
enough
right.
money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could... How can I be of further... Of course.
Alright, so...
Is there any?
Is there a report of Handon's blaster being
I
stolen?
am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report.
Oh,
Mr. Gould
okay.
filed with the authorities.
Good to have
but
you
there
here,
does
man.
not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
Alright.
Very well.
There was no report of the blaster being stolen, so something's up. The blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. And now the blood sample.
Is there any? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in it. We cannot get any. Is there any?
Bacterial contaminant. Yeah.
Very.
Alright. And now I know where it goes from here.
How can I be of further... normally I'm not... I had my suspicion.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
As much as I may hate
Characteristics.
him for that, I could not kill him. It may have... I was just out running. Of course.
Alright, so... It didn't belong to the victim. It is Handon's. He's clutching his side. You should examine the wound.
Hey, what are you doing?
The black screen always makes me chuckle for some reason. He comes up with a scenario, but here's the thing. There's motives on both ends. They're both guilty. Calder was having an affair with his wife. They both came out to try and kill him, just one got him first.
Damn you. Damn both.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet.
Thank you, Cars. But yeah, basically, they both came out with intention to kill the guy, and just one of them got to him first. Alright.
That hurt, I bet.
How'd you like that?
The calf hounds aren't too difficult to deal with. One thing that always confused me is that both of these creatures are just known as different varieties of calf hounds, yet they very obviously look like completely different species. So, like, why? Alright, and we have another band of Mandalorians here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we do. So we are going to drop in a save, because... There we go. Drop in a save, because these guys are... Do I have any plasma grenades on me?
Down you go!
Oh, this guy's got melee. I'm gonna get wrecked. Yep, I got completely destroyed. My guy.
Let's go!
Yeah. Alright. Alright, Canderous here is gonna use some medkits, because he's getting beat up. Give the idea of how tough these guys are when even my dude Canderous here is taking a beating with the same armor.
You asked for this!
Ah! Hey, LZ!
Here it is!
Yeah, my guy does not have the greatest, my main character does not have the greatest constitution. Yeah, this armor has insanely high defense and some regeneration factors too, so yeah. I'm now just scared of the final boss of this side quest now because of this armor. Just shooting them.
Time to rumble. Ready.
Ooh, hearth leveled. And he is gonna get himself Master Power Blast. Those data pads these guys are carrying are basically hints and clues to the next step in the side quest. Craft Warblade, that might be good for Zalbar. Ooh, we get some medkits for my trouble. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe. Much appreciated. And now we get to the reason the grove is tainted with the dark side. I'm gonna look at my stats real fast. I don't think I have any wisdom boosters, but... I might be able to take her with the lightsaber because I have these Dominator gauntlets that are kind of OP. Maybe I'd be able to do something with that. So I'm actually going to switch over to my saber. I usually run a blue and a green, so I'll do that. I'm actually going to switch the crystals out to something later that's a bit of an Easter egg. So
I will be your doom!
and this is how they do boss fights. Both your companions just get automatically stasis, so it's just you. Oh, I got her!
You are strong. Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Dragon Age Origins. I'm actually on the second planet. Can't say anything about the Dragon Age Origin bit, but the first planet basically had me rescue Bastila, and then we had to get off. And right when we were getting off, the Sith Darth Malik ordered the planet destroyed, so they've shelled it to death.
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
Same dev, yeah.
When I slew my master, Quatra, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you. Or so I had thought. Yes, I struck her down in the middle of training, consumed by my anger, embracing the power of hate. But it was not enough. What is it you want? Why do you bother me?
So basically you have two options here, but you want to talk this out because well, you'll see later.
Talk? You who have beaten me so easily just want to talk? I do not believe it. Kill me now, what?
I do not desire to kill you.
You do not? I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing.
I've never
There is
played
no way
Dragon
I could
Age,
be
but I've
turned
been
back.
intrigued by it.
I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. But this is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been. I thank you for your kind words, Jedi. I seem to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself. But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
So, this character I'm talking to, she's actually a species called KotOR. She talks about her backstory in the Mandalorian Wars later on, but she actually does not look accurate to the way the KotOR are portrayed in the comics.
I only wish things could have been different. If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her.
Just more fantasy?
So much I would apologize for.
So
How
more
can
like
a
high
council ever
fantasy
take me
than
back
science
what I've
fiction.
done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable. I should convince them that I am truly repentant, that I am willing to forsake the dark side, and maybe, just maybe, they would accept me
Maybe
back.
I'll try it
Do
at
you
some
think they
point.
would? Could it be possible after what I've done?
They will always accept you back.
Thank you, Master Jedi. I will return to the council then. Again, I thank you.
So yeah, the taint has been cleansed because I turned her back. But now that I've done that, I want my guns back. Where are you? Ah. I always forget you have to do that first.
That hurt, I bet.
I've already got these guys wearing heavy armor. They're not standing out in front of me. platinum runs, huh? For which games?
Ha! How'd you like that?
I don't have a lot of force points yet, but I will later. I'm a consular, so I'll have a lot of force power later. Mass Effect. Another one I've heard is good. Apparently the same guy who voices Karth in this game voices a character in that one as well. Oh! We found some stuff.
Ha! How'd you like that? Down you go!
Up! Up! That creature there! There's an Iriaz over there!
That hurt, I bet.
Ha! How'd you like that? Die!
That hurt, I bet.
I'm pretty sure the way the battle cry triggers work. But see, there's an Iriaz. Those are the creatures the guys are talking about. These were actually not in the vanilla game. I have a mod that restores them. And to be honest, they make the planet feel more ambient rather than creepy. Oh, and there's the droid.
Thank you for saving me, Master Jedi. I am C-842, a personal assistant droid.
Yeah, I have seen a few clips that made me chuckle from Mass Effect. Like I saw a clip where basically you give a negative response to a suggestion from a companion, and what the character says something to the effect of, "I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions."
As I said, I am C-842, a personal assistant droid. Although in recent months the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance.
Maybe I'll try Mass Effect at some point. Are you Elise's droid?
Did she send you to find me? Please do not tell her you saw me.
You're running from her?
Yes, but I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband.
This doesn't steal your money, yeah. You must have been playing some EA games lately. All the time?
You don't want to know.
Sorry, this always makes me crack up. Yeah, I'm streaming on PC.
She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those cat hounds.
Yeah, I'm using Steam, so I may buy them on Steam at some point. You sought out the cat hounds?
I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me?
So, here's the good guy option here. You can destroy the droid and tell her I did it because your relationship with it is not healthy. Or I could destroy it and tell her that it's still out there, like a jerk. Or I could send it back to her and fester her unhealthy lifestyle.
Thank you, kind sir. You have my eternal gratitude.
Yes, this is the droid quest I was talking about. Yes, this is the droid quest. I may have told you about this at one point, Halsey. The lady who is fixated on her droid. Yeah, I believe I have like 1 or 2 more groups of Mandalorians before I have to fight the boss of that side quest. The Legendary Edition. What's different about the Legendary Edition?
That hurt, I bet.
And here's a Kinrath. These are like big spider mantis hybrid things.
Here it is!
I actually don't know a lot about these, but they're native to both Kashyyyk and Dantooine.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
Revamped. Are you comparing them to a creature from some other game?
You asked for this! That'll show you.
Dang it.
How'd you like that?
I retargeted one of the eggs. Yeah, here we are in a crystal cave. Why did it make the Aqualish sound? That was weird. Remaster, okay. Crystals. You can bash these eggs. Pretty much every one of them will give you a red crystal. And what's really funny is I can shoot them from super far away, and they'll give me a crystal like Kinrath egg. See, how did I get the crystal from that distance? If anyone can explain the logic here to me, I would be most grateful. Because I do that every time just because it makes me chuckle. And now I suddenly can't hit the dang thing. Crystals, crystals. Okay, I think that's all the formations. Oh, did I get this one? Okay, most of them will give you red crystals, but I got one, so... Using the Force? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But does that mean I am now, like, guided to each and every one of those crystals that I bust out of those eggs? Yeah, see, once you I think the way the Restoration Bomb works is it restores the areas once you cleanse the taint, and it makes the planet feel more ambient and natural as opposed to creepy with only predators running around. Oh, yep, we have some Mandalorians. And if I remember playing this particular fight from the last time I played with this mod, I will get some of the Cass's Fett pistols, which are really, really good. That manta ray. I'd actually have to look up what the heck that thing is.
You're dead. Down you go! Time to rumble.
I'm gonna try and stun this guy, because I can... yeah, I didn't think that would work. The manta ray flying.
I heard I bet.
The sun comments about the flying manta ray made me laugh. Alright. Yeah, the Duros guys drop like flies. The Mandalorians, because of my bot, are really tough. Yep, the Cassis Fed pistols. Yeah, the mechanics of this game are basically Dungeons and Dragons, but with a Star Wars skin.
Let's go! You're dead. Here it is.
The threats from Canderous.
Let's go! Time to rumble.
Yeah, these guys are freaking tough because of my mod.
Time to rumble.
Alright. Blaster cannon, huh? I have to see how that compares to Canderous' gun. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna return to the Ebon Hawk, because that takes me back to fast travel back to the Ebon Hawk. But now I can take the upgrades out of these pistols and put them into Cassis Fett pistols to have better weapons. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, the gun build. Go for a swim. Sadly, this game does not have that feature. This game is from like 2003. So, there's a lot of features that modern games would have that it doesn't. Alright. Do this. You see these stats, like attack modifier +5, which means that a lot of the time I am like super guaranteed, like I'm mostly guaranteed to hit a lot of the time. And there's also a high chance of stun with this thing, so that's good too. But I'm gonna see, ooh, I do have a set of them. Ooh, I could just give these to Karth now, sweet.
Huh?
Yes?
Yeah?
Gosh dang it.
What?
There we are, Karth. Hey Karth, I've got new guns for you. Oop, the Cassis Fett ones are mine. You get the Bendak ones. Oh wait. Ha! Alright, you get the Bendak ones. And I will take the Cassis Fett one. There. Now we fast travel back. Keyboard. The caps, yeah.
How'd you like that?
Do a level! Level up. Alright, let's see what we got. It's stasis. And Jedi consoles get extra force powers every couple of levels. So here's one of the things that biologically makes no sense. This is an albino cat hound, and yet he's tougher than all the other cat hounds. Oh yeah, there's my D&D guy coming through.
What?
I mean, unless it's like that meme where you've got that, like there's a Dungeons and Dragons meme I saw about a homebrew war cleric with plate armor and shield of faith. Alright. Ah, great. Well, okay, he's on his way. No broken AI, he just got stuck. Sometimes the AI breaks and you get that. Alright. And there's your flying manta ray again, Nate. Play the waiting game. Yep, that's exactly how it is sometimes. Alright, if I have it correctly, yep. Here's our boss fight. This guy's going to be tough.
That hurt, I bet.
The damage out of these things is also completely nuts. Especially considering I'm basically playing the rogue equivalent, so I have sneak attack bonuses for when they're stunned. Hyper battle stimulant. And yay for performance enhancing drugs. Let's do this.
Ah, so
Now this is what I've been...
I will add your head.
Sherrick.
That hurt, I bet.
Here it is!
Oh yeah, he has lightsabers for some freaking reason. Oh! Yeah, this guy just destroyed me. No, yeah. Storm's right. You can't interact with the ray. But I'm gonna run back behind my heavily armored buddies. My guy's like super glass cannon-ish. Oh crap. That's the rapid shot. Let's do this. Cars, get yourself a life support kit. Yeah, this fight's... How overpowered this armor is early game is balanced out by how difficult this quest is.
Oh.
I don't think I'm gonna win this attempt, so let's try.
Ah,
Now
I will...
Of course he comes right freaking after me! Okay.
For this.
Stasis him. Please stasis. Alright, he's on Candor's now. I should be able to get him.
Ha! How'd you like that?
That hurt, I bet.
Oh. Car's down. The moment I get this guy down to fight, it'll be a little bit easier. Oh shit, Candor's is dead. If Sherrick dies this time, I can probably get it.
That hurt, I bet.
Got him! And I get a bunch of money, a bunch of lightsabers, and some armor from him. turn on some energy shields. Ah, thank you, Nate. Good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well too, dude. Adrenal. Oh, that's strength. Stamina. Alacrity. There. In case I just can't win it from there and have to restart. Let's do this.
That hurt, I bet.
Yeah, my guy does not have a lot of health. Let's see this. Yeah, I don't think I can win it from there. I'm gonna have to retry it completely, which is annoying because Sherrick died last time. For some reason, I don't know why it does that.
Now
I would. Alright. Now get behind the two guys that actually have the good armor.
That hurt, I bet.
Nope. Alright, Sherrick's on Canderous, that's good.
you're dead.
That hurt, I bet.
What?
Alright, you get to use a health kit.
Yes?
This is what I live. How'd you like that?
I have to keep an eye on Canderous, but I think I can do this. This is trying.
What? That'll show
If this
them.
guy dies and Canderous is alive, I think I can win. Knowledgeable about what? Are you just referring to the Star Wars?
That'll show you.
Or my overall nerddom? Alright, Sherrick's dead. Canderous, get a life support kit. Now that Sherrick's gone, we should be able to get this.
What? That hurt, I bet.
This is what I
Time to
live.
rumble.
Now Sherrick's gone, their main source of DPS is gone as well. So I'm not talking much here, this fight's really difficult. Alright!
That hurt, I bet.
Yeah, the Doro guys drop like flies. And then there's, in stark contrast to the Mandalorians, who take an entire siege army to take down.
You asked for this.
Yeah, definitely. Focus mode activate.
You're dead.
Let's go. Down you go.
Die!
Yeah, Canderous, you just spoke my thoughts.
Time to rumble.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
hurt, I bet.
Got him! With only minimal use of items and no death on our side this time. There we go. And there's Sherrick's stuff. Ah, the same backpack from last time, okay. More Cass's Fed pistols. Okay, Karth gets those. More of them? Seriously? I don't remember there being that many last time. Why do I have 6 Cass's Fed pistols? That's hilarious. Pointers will be appreciated, my friend. Alright. So now we're going to talk to the council about Juhani, and then I can turn in my other side quests, and there's one more I'll be picking up here. Twitch, just YouTube at the moment. Alright. There's a temptation actually to give Canderous 2 Cass's Fed pistols, because that would his damage would be ridiculous.
It is good to go to Master.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to talk to Jar. And then I get sent on my next part of the main quest, and then there's one more side quest.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified.
I hate autocorrect, I know, right?
The path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is... She struck her master in anger during her training and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations.
I question Quatra's teaching methods if that was the purpose of that. I seriously question Quatra's training methods.
Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared.
Alright.
When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate.
My favorite NPC,
to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and
my
Malak
favorite
were
NPC,
looking for.
that's hard. In terms of character arc, Canderous is probably my favorite. He goes from being that whole honor-bound Mandalorian to kind of questioning the whole Mandalorian way of life, and I enjoy that greatly. In terms of hilarity, though, definitely HK-47. We haven't met him yet, but we will.
We do not know. Is there anything...
Why doesn't Master Vrook like me?
I knew Revan. Many of the young Jedi
Yeah, he knew
admired
Revan.
And when... The way ahead will be different.
Alright, so now we get Bastila back. And I'll take, I think... Let's bring Karth.
I demand justice!
Side quest!
The Central family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing.
There are other possible explanations.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, should you have time...
Yeah, he just asked me to investigate it for him because they don't want to do it.
If shit...
Your study and training...
It isn't...
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this enclave for a bit. I mean, come on. How bad could it be?
What can I do?
I'm with you there, Karth. I'm with you there. All right. All right. Bastila. Can't get the next Force of Valor yet. All right. Bastila's gonna get a few levels here. Master 2 weapon. Powers. You can have Force Whirlwind. That sounds good. And they just gave me a Jedi robe. All the Mandalorian armor. That's gonna be big bucks. And she can have some Dominator gauntlets and an Adrenaline stimulator. Why not? But yeah. Yeah, I think my favorite NPC for character development, Bastila is really important to the main story, but I actually I enjoy how Kars comes to trust you. I enjoy Canderous' arc of going from he goes from battle-hardened Mandalorian honor guy to questioning his situation in the whole thing. So yeah, we are gonna go do that side quest after I turn in a couple of side quests here. You see, if I fast travel and then I come back and fast travel again, it'll remember where I fast traveled to.
Have you found the Mandalorian raiders yet?
If by NPC you meant party members, those are my answers. If by NPC you meant like any guy that is like a quest giver or whatever, then I'm not sure.
Thank you, young master. Here is the... No. Again, I thank...
He just gave you a bunch of money. Alright, here's a girl whose droid ran away.
My droid is... My droid...
And now she goes back into the Enclave. Good one. Yeah, sorry man. There's actually a couple of pretty funny ones. There's a guy on Tatooine that we'll probably see next time I stream who's pretty funny. Alright, and now let's fast travel.
That hurt, I bet.
See, that was so much faster than walking the whole way, wasn't it? Thank you, Bastila, for the stasis synergies. Oh, wait a second. I'm dumb. Okay. I forgot exactly where I had to go, but yeah, I forgot step 1 of that quest. I was jumping the gun. Any NPCs have good joke lines. This guy will talk to you about the Great Hunt right before you leave Dantooine. That's not a joke line, that's just a lore thing. And there's a whole comic about it. Basically, a Sith called XR Kun created these dark side animals called Tarentatax that are extremely dangerous. They sent a bunch of Jedi out after the Sith War to fight them. And basically they all end in tragedy with them all dying, and you can actually like find the remnants of them while you're fighting Tarentatax through the course of this game. If you want an NPC with good joke lines, you should see the HK50s in the second game. Anything related to an HK droid is gonna be hysterical. Of course. Bastila, stop being slow. She got stuck on the speeder and boxes. is a new Disney canon. Since this is a Legends game, I'm only applying Legends lore. If I'm remembering correctly, it's over here-ish. Maybe it's down the other side. Man, I haven't explored this whole module yet. Ha! That's a rand attack, yeah. Kylo Ren is a current canon character, and this is a Legends game, so I'm using Legends lore as my basis. Kylo Ren is actually like just a really bad ripoff of Darth Caedus. He basically has the same backstory. He basically had, in the broad overview of things, Kylo Ren is the same exact backstory of Darth Caedus, who, having been, basically Darth Caedus was also formerly the son of Han and Leia. And turned to the dark side, as you expect. Sorry about the pause there. Oh boy, Jedi stutter step, guys!
That hurt, I bet.
My question is, the Calf Hounds were ultra aggressive because of the dark side taint that was going on because of Juhani, right? So my question is why are they still aggressive? Darth Vader in the Tyrann attack, I believe, is Legends. I may seem like an expert sometimes, but I haven't read everything. Oh, yep, there's what I was looking for. That's similar. He's got some decent light armor, and he's got this diary, Cassius's diary.
That hurt, I bet.
Basically, that diary tells you he was looking at some archaeological stuff and got killed by Calf Hounds. I believe it's path north we're after. Yeah, the YouTube lore videos, the content makers who make them can be really, really good at what they do, but they're not always very good at clarifying whether they're talking about canon or Legends. Whoop. Wrong way! Yeah, what a way to die, yeah. So now we want to go the other way. Oh. Whoop. Look at the Iriads frolicking. See them frolicking? That was cool. As often as I've used the Iriads restoration bot, I've never seen them frolicking like that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, basically, with this playing in the background, maybe. That's definitely an idea. That's definitely an idea, I'll think of that. Maybe I'll script something out and try it. Just throw this footage on it.
That hurt, I bet.
Copyright issues, yeah, that could be a problem. Alright, so here's where we do this side quest. So, this side quest is basically Romeo and Juliet. These two families hate each other, but the son from one and the daughter from the other are in love.
This is private property. Cassius is dead. Nureg left orders he was...
Yeah, he lets me in when I tell him Cassius is dead.
I have been informed by my...
Yeah, your son Cassius is dead. I've seen his body.
Cassius is dead?
He was killed by calf hounds.
Calf hounds? I was so certain the Matali family was to blame.
Yep.
Typical. Anything to continue the feud which has become so customary to you people.
I must ask you something, though it is difficult. Please, the diary...
Here's a diary, but you may keep your money.
I thank you for this. We have nothing further to discuss. Please, leave me to my grief.
But yeah, and now his daughter comes out and tells me what's going on.
You are here from the council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale? My name is Rahasia. Nurik is my...
Does this have anything to do with that?
My father is a good man.
My father is a good man, but he kidnapped the rival son.
You must understand that father...
Tell me what happened.
My father has kidnapped Shen Matale.
My father's a good man, but he kidnapped the kid.
He feels that...
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
You don't think that perhaps there's more to look at here, do you?
Of course not. It seems very simple to me. The Council must be allowed to decide.
No, since I'm afraid my father will simply kill...
I see where Bastel is coming from, but really the Council would just take too long in dealing with it.
Shen is an innocent... Please, fine, take this key. There are many...
Yeah, she just gave me a prison key.
Please,
What?
2 levels. And I'll give him implant levels. Augment the stats, why don't we? Force Ghosts, I mean, they're kind of canon in both, but they work differently in each one. For example, they have a lot more interaction with the physical world in Disney's version, as can be seen in The Rise of Skywalker. Spoiler alert, sorry. But it seems that in... It would seem that in Legends that it's a lot harder for them to. Like in the Fate of the Jedi books, it states that it's actually really difficult for a post-death being to manifest themselves in the living world.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
Ah, here comes my research man Halsey with the answer. Making money on it, most developers just treat it as free advertising. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I can hack that and destroy a bunch of stuff. I lost a lot of skill points when I became a Jedi, so yeah, surprised that worked actually.
No problem. Got it.
What's funny is I can do the Jedi thing, but I can also rob the place. Just shred the droid. For some reason, the father's nowhere to be seen at this point. Alright, one of these rooms is gonna have Rahasia in it, but I'm also gonna find the one.
That hurt, I bet.
The Force fights with me!
There's Rahasia. Count Dooku! Count Dooku is really a very tragic figure. He's a very... He's an idealist. He is very perceptive to the corruption that took hold in the Republic, and he left the Jedi Order because the Jedi wouldn't do anything about it, is basically his story. He really only became a Sith because he felt that was the only way to achieve his goals of ridding the Republic of corruption. And in the end, he just kind of realized he was being a pawn, like in that scene Revenge of the Sith, when you see Sidious discard him, and then there's the look on his face like, oh no.
Who are you? What do you want with me?
Let me rescue you.
No, I won't leave.
Congratulations! You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. If you can convince who could have, I would.
Yeah.
Thank.
So yeah, basically he just says that he wants Rahasia to come with you, and if I can convince her to come with you, he'll come. This is basically Romeo and Juliet in Star Wars.
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes, but I know Shen would rather die than...
So yeah, she just agreed to come out. Yeah, Dooku's a really tragic figure. He basically did a lot of the wrong things for the right reasons.
You're back. I pray she is not just telling me.
And now we conclude the side quest.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia. Well, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
No, we know that you must have gone to great personal risk to get us out of the Sandral estate undetected.
No reward is necessary.
But surely we can...
Oh! I don't know if you knew this, but Count Dooku...
There you are, Shen.
Count Dooku...
Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
I'll explain a little bit more in a
Mr.
second.
Sandral. Nurik. Allah! I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that.
I don't want to hear any of your
What's funny about this is I just told him that Cassus was killed by cat hounds. Anyway, back to Dooku. He kind of, Dooku kind of viewed Obi-Wan almost as a grandson. Because Dooku had been Qui-Gon's Jedi Master before him. And so for Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon was basically like his son. And so when Qui-Gon trained Obi-Wan, it was almost like Obi-Wan was his grandson. And so he was trying to recruit Obi-Wan so that he would be spared from Order 66 via being on their side.
Please listen to him, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain...
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog!
Yeah, you can either pour gasoline on the flames, or you can tell them to calm down. And if you pour enough gasoline on the flames, they'll just all start shooting each other, and it'll result in both families being completely wiped out. It's... yeah. I'm the good guy here.
We are trying to be reasonable here, of course. We are sensible people, after all. But our children are being so stubborn.
If Shen would just understand that he has to do what I want, this would all be solved easily.
That line always cracks me up. Yeah, this quest is basically Romeo and Juliet with a Star Wars skin.
No, I won't let you do this.
I don't care. Rahasia and I will live on our own if you won't accept us.
You will do no such thing. I am your father, and I...
No, Father.
Rahasia, you will...
I am, Father.
You foolish
Gosh
girl.
dang it. Well...
You think to make us stand?
You expect us to just let them leave?
You will not turn.
We appear to be at an
It is your...
Me!
Don't need to fight.
I will not rest.
Indeed they shall.
Well, I tried to do the right thing, but they didn't listen. If you have a high enough persuade, you could win that roll and basically convince them that the feud is pointless. But I didn't get a good enough roll. Yeah, he's very, very self-centered. Wow, I don't know how I didn't win that. Maybe because I had low charisma. Master Sniper Shot. Ooh, and now we can get droid things. That'll be useful later. Alright. I've won that role before and gotten, like, an absolutely great outcome. Cassius Mercutio. Okay then, Mr. Smartmouth, who's Tybalt then? They just want their way, yeah. If I'd won that persuade roll, I would have gotten a really, 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 really good outcome, but I failed the roll, so what can you do? But like, there is a possible outcome where you can convince them that the feud is stupid and to build a house for their children. Yeah, if you go into those apartments up there, Shen and Rahasia are hanging out there.
Rahasia Sandral and Shen Matali have come here seeking shelter against their love for each other was being denied by overly possessive parents.
Overly possessive is an understatement.
It was only by your intervention that they managed to escape here. While it
Fallen Order. I have yet to actually play Fallen Order. My computer struggles to run it, so my computer's really good, but it struggles to run Fallen Order. So, like, if I could get it to run Fallen Order smoothly, yeah, definitely, I would want to. I've yet to even play it, so. Yeah, now let's go do the ruins. Yeah, now if we look. Oh yeah, I've got to finish that and then investigate ruins, and then the rest are just character quests. Alright. So go to those apartments to talk to Elise. I always forget there's a third part to that quest.
Would you up?
Let me see what you're selling. And then I'm just gonna sell them all the Mandalorian armor. Yeah. If you streamed it on PS4 and it was on a day I wasn't working, I would totally watch it.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
You asked for this!
Dang, the team I've got here is capable of an insane amount of stun lock.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
How'd you like that? You asked for this!
Look at my team being a total beast out here. Wonder how well this team would have done against Sherrick. Hint, not so well. Force Unleashed? I mean, maybe. That one's a possibility. I've always been intrigued by it. Yeah. Yeah. From what Storm has told me, the second Force Unleashed was not very well optimized for PC, so... Cars, what the heck are you doing? My entire team is just hanging back there for no reason. The Rancor fights, yeah. The one issue I have with that game from the Let's Plays I've seen is that they use the same finisher animations over and over and over again. And that could get dull after a while. Alright, we're about to get into some serious stuff here. This is where the plot really kicks off. Galen Merrick really is a tragic character, though. Alright. I just noticed the flaw in the logic of this game. I'll make a note of it for later. Sound effects. I still don't understand.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid...
Cellcast speak. We'll meet them later.
I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Cellcath dialect spoken on Manan. But why would a droid on Dantooine...
To ensure that the slaves can construct this temple according to the wishes of the builders.
It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins.
I am the Overseer. The Starforge. Project completion. All slaves were executed. Should a builder return in search of the knowledge of the Starforge? So basically this droid was put here by the original builders of this place and of the Starforge in case anyone should come trying to recover the knowledge. Tenfold revolutions is the system's outermost planet around the
10
sun.
revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
There ain't no mistake, Bastila. What are the builders? Great masters of the galaxy, conquerors of all worlds, rulers of the Infinite Empire. The Infinite Empire! Oh boy, chunk of lore there.
Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information.
We'll meet the species behind the Infinite Empire later, but there's a comic series called... What was it? What was it called again? The Dawn of the Jedi that followed the original Jedi Order in their encounters with the Infinite Empire. Yep. None can stand against somebody of the Starforge. What is the Starforge? Glory of the Builders, the apex of the Infinite Empire. What is it?
The droid is obviously programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Starforge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps.
The Cult of Revan.
In fact, it could be
Oh
anything.
man, the Cult of Revan? I actually think that's a thing from the Old Republic MMO. But the Cult of Revan is not the Infinite Empire. The Infinite Empire, as I said, is 20,000 years older than when this game is taking place. And this is about 4,000-ish years before the events of the films.
Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Star Forge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else.
Yeah, Reverend Valak, the ones who came before us. Not builders, but not slaves. Sought knowledge of the Star Forge. Yes, you are correct, Michael.
The droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate.
How can I prove myself worthy? Is it east and west?
Revan and Malak unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Star Forge. Now Malak is using the Star Forge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors.
You played through that quest, huh? How good is the writing in that quest, Michael? Let's show him respect by taking his robe. Alright. This is where it gets a little bit annoying. These droids... Maybe I should have brought Zalbar for this, but these droids, my gosh.
Let's make this quick.
Oh, there we go.
That hurt, I bet.
Let's go!
They take more damage when they're stunned, but they're actually very energy resistant if they're not stunned.
That hurt, I bet.
Ha! How'd you like that? Down you go! Ha! How'd you like that?
That hurt, I bet.
You asked for this!
Yes?
Take it.
Let's go!
Yeah. Typical. These droids are tough.
You asked for this!
If you're not being bad. Well, these droids actually are very, very energy resistant, so... These droids are very, very energy damage resistant, so... Night Valor. Oh boy, she could give us a good boost. Okay. She could give us a good boost for the next droid. So, these old computers, basically, talk to it. Insert your datapad. Talk to it. And it gives you datapad back. So basically, apparently the biggest riddle to the Infinite Empire was what biomes could support life. Oceanic, grassland, and arboreal. So, here's a fun thing about this. I'll talk more about this when we actually get to the next segment. Actually, recover Revan's mask as part of the quest and give it to 2 people who wish to remember the light in Revan. Yeah. One who mentions... So basically, we've got the light side option and the dark side option. Typical design for these games.
I'm here.
Hey, Bastila, you mind giving us some Valor boost?
Yes?
So I can possibly stun it. Dang, even with the Valor boost, I can't stun the thing.
Ha! How'd you like that?
There we go, got it!
Let's go!
Yes, very. I would
You
agree.
asked for this.
Revan is an excellently designed character. Yeah, this one has a carbonite projector. It's super annoying. There was actually a droid on Terrace that had one too, but that would actually like deal a mountain of damage to you and made the fight super annoying. Oh boy, Force Whirlwind. Good job, Bastila.
There, take that.
Ah, how'd you like that?
There, take that.
Nice!
That hurt, I bet.
Can somebody explain to me how a droid gets a wisdom save? Halsey? Alright, that went pretty well.
What can I do?
Wrong one. Cure.
Yes?
Alright. And now the death giving. Now for the death giving biomes. Talk to it. Go to the data pad. Talk. And now we're the death giving volcanic and barren. Alright, so now there were 6 biomes there. 3 life giving, 3 death giving. I'll explain the significance of that in a moment. Still wanted. Yeah. Yeah. This does not surprise me, Spyro. Alright. Now see what this thing is. This does not surprise me.
This must be what Revan and Malik found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
What is it?
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malik must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge
The plot
ourselves.
thickens.
But we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found. I don't know, but Revan and Malik were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be. I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malik visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking, Spyro.
Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Right you are there, Bastila. So, what I was saying about the biomes before, there were 6 biomes listed total. Oceanic, grassland, arboreal, desert, barren, and volcanic. Each of those planets is covered in one of those specific biomes, but there was no volcanic planet in the game. Early in development, there was one planet called Slaheron that was cut really early in development. I'm actually like watching closely a mod team that are working on creating their own interpretation of it based on interviews they had with some of the developers. Yeah, I know, right? There's an Iriaz. See, this planet feels so much more serene with the Irias walking around. No names, yeah. I know what you're talking about, though, man. Yeah, I'm sad I failed that roll, though. Ooh, Bastila.
How can I help?
Looks like something's bothering you.
No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking
Character
about what the
art
Jedi
time.
Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
Okay, here's where I ask a question to you guys. Do you guys want to see the romance arc, or do you want me to do it without the romance arc? Do you guys want me to romance Bastila? We got one vote for romance. That's what my baby says, so you know. I just told you guys, yeah. You're still hung up on the feud. Alright.
Please. I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such...
She's still stuck up.
Well, they're beneath me, quite frankly. I admit, I find you intriguing. I mean, I find your command of the Force intriguing.
Oh yeah,
my
of
interest
course,
in you is
that's what's
purely academic.
intriguing.
Surely you can understand why. Our fates are strongly connected. So connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard
All right,
the Spire.
we're doing the romance then.
I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
Is that some kind of clumsy come on?
I was referring to the bond we share.
Of
the one
course
the
you
Jedi
were.
Council spoke of. If I was actually interested in you, rest assured I could come up with a much better approach than this.
Touched a nerve, huh?
Touched a nerve? No. Getting on my nerves, most definitely. I suppose this is what you men consider being witty. Now, are you going to answer my questions, or would you rather just keep annoying me?
I could be a jerk, but I'll answer her questions.
Don't worry, these are simple questions. Nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
So the correct answer, so basically each of these questions have you have three options. I'm done, something absurd, or the truth. And what the truth is depends on what class you chose at the beginning of the game. Since I was a scoundrel, it says I was a smuggler.
Good. On which planet were you born?
Kashyyyk, I'm a Wookiee, can't you tell? And if you pick the obviously ridiculous answer, she gets mad and cuts it off.
Excellent. Your current age is?
Stalk her back out. Yeah. 3012. This line always that line always gets me. Yeah. Wasn't all this in my service?
Yes. Well, the truth is, I was studying how you responded to my questions. Your reactions helped me judge you. This was a test for me to learn more about your character. You were honest, which is good. And you treated this as a serious matter, which it is. This bond we share will shape both our destinies. It is not to be taken lightly. But I imagine you've had enough questions for a while. So many things have happened to you since Taurus. It's probably a lot for you to absorb. We can speak again later, after you've had time to think about all this.
Alright. Let's see if Karth has anything to say.
Yes, what's in...
Yeah, very quiet.
Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you.
She said to gauge my reactions.
To tell me anything about it.
That is none of your concern, Karth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace.
Yeah, I told
but
him the
why
truth.
would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you? A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
Foreshadowing.
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just, damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
I'm not going to betray you. So, like, for those of you who missed the previous stream, for those of you who missed my first 2 streams, Kars had previously told me about his old mentor, Saul Kareth, who betrayed him and is now Darth Malak's admiral.
Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
All right. Now let's turn in some quests. Get the plot started. So first we've got the Children of the Feud, as I'd like to call them. Lose party members. Yes, but the biggest way to lose a party member is to, basically, if you go dark side, you can lose a lot of party members right at the very end.
What do you want?
Now, Samt, don't be so rude. If it wasn't for this I took the loss of my droid. But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see.
Love it classic, yep.
I think we understand. Love can do strange things to anyone.
But I went too far. Samton, but goodbye.
After the way he reacted to me, I don't feel that way about it, but whatever. If you're happy, you're happy.
Rahasia and I cannot thank you enough for what Rahasia and I can spend the rest of our lives...
I wish you the best of luck, Shen. I hope you too find the happiness I once knew myself.
That's another thing Karth previously told us about his wife who died when Saul Kareth bombarded Terrace. Sorry, not Terrace, Telos. Dang it, wrong planet. Yeah, now that quest is all turned in, and... I actually think I'm pretty close to unlocking the thing for a mission side quest as well,
you
so...
have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
Found an incomplete star map.
This news of a star forge is disturbing. Action is
They didn't
required.
want the cookies?
But
What?
we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, I've seen that meme. I just didn't make the connection.
We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
I'm ready.
The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure. Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith, but it would be foolish to send you. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key.
There's a meme, yeah, before memes,
the
yeah.
mysteries uncovered by Revan.
I've seen it before.
Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that
You're not wrong! He does kind of look like Picard.
But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears.
Yeah, that...
You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
Alright. I will not fail.
You can leave whenever you wish. The lure of the dark side.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young. May the Force...
So yeah, they just sent me on my way to find the star maps. So, before we end, there's something I want to try, because I've gotten this to trigger on Dantooine before, so I was able to do it right when we went to Tatooine. Yeah, Picard, the one who's played by Patrick Stewart. The other meme I saw that was really funny. And this is where he... Yep, and here we go. What are you talking about? So yeah, he's telling me about the Great Hunt and the Terran attacks. Yeah, he basically just told me about the Terran attacks and to watch out for them. And like he'll stand there and tell you about the history of the Great Hunt, the effort to get the last of them out of the way. So I am going to see if I can trigger Mission's quest.
Huh? Oh. I don't really think there's anything you can say.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not sick, but I suppose that's why we need... So don't worry.
Yeah.
Hey there. I'm sorry for the... My brother and me had a good thing going. She was a dancer, but Lena was used to dating rich...
So basically, her scummy criminal brother fell for a dancer who normally dated rich people, and the dancer took... And she's saying the dancer took off with him and they left her behind.
I'm not gonna pretend Griff wasn't a hustler and a con artist, but that doesn't mean you can just insult him. He did what he did to look out for me. I thought Lena would brush Griff off when she saw how poor he was, but for some reason, she stuck around. I guess she saw the potential for a big payday down the road.
Potential? Yeah. You'll see there wasn't potential for that later.
I saw Lena for what she really was. A busty, credit-grubbing cantina rat. She used Griff and took away the only family I had.
You fight one?
After they'd been together for a few
as a matter of fact, there are...
Leaving Taris.
If I'm remembering correctly, there are... Let's see, there's a 2 on Korriban. There's at least 3.
That was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I don't even know where he went. Oh, I know. Don't worry.
Alright, okay. So now I promise to help her search for her brother. Now let's see if Bastila will say anything, because I've also gotten Bastila's thing to trigger here, because she has a side quest on Tatooine as well. And Tatooine is the first planet we'll be going to.
How can I help?
Yes, something?
I do? How did you know?
Face is scrunched up like a Kinrath pup.
a Kinrath pup? It most certainly is not. I am a Jedi, remember? I have far too much mental discipline to reveal what goes on inside my mind with such obvious physical clues. My thoughts remain hidden, including whatever my feelings are for you. Whatever I think about you.
She likes me! You're cute.
That is you. Why must you be so impossibly infuriating? You know very well what I am really talking about. I am referring to the bond between us, the one the Jedi Council spoke of. Our connection. A Padawan must receive the fact that you are so strong in the... I don't think that... We must... That's good to hear. I believe you. Your power could be... Only... How can I help?
Alright, so...
Then I suggest...
I don't think I'm gonna be able to trigger Bastilas here, but at least I could just try and trigger missions. Type. Yeah, you'll see him later. There's one on Kashyyyk. They call it a ritual beast there, but there's a couple on Korban as well. So... The question is, do I get my stun rolls on them? Yep, here we go! Mission side quest!
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace.
Lena? Yes!
What are you doing here? Where's Griff? I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together. Probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you...
Mission. You've got your facts a little backwards. Mission could have come with us if she wanted to. It was her choice to stay behind.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why
so flustered, yeah.
Is that what the Hutspawn told you? No, you should come with this mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was
Bastil is hilarious at the
but
romance
he told
quest.
Me you didn't want to leave Terrace. I said we shouldn't even go then. But he said we'd come back and get you after we struck it rich on Tatooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Think about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems.
Yeah.
He did
Griff
the
is
same
scum.
thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money, he started blaming me for all of his problems. Like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out. You damn well know it. He's nothing but a sleazy scam artist. If Mission knew it was good for her, she'd forget he ever existed.
But Griff is my brother. I just can't pretend he doesn't
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead.
Griff's better off with that.
Yeah.
I guess that's my...
She basically just told us he's on Tatooine working for the Circa Corporation.
Hey there. Don't tell me you believe... At least Griff's free of... I just hope he's...
So yeah, I just told her we'd find her brother. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you...
Oh, yes.
I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my
So about all this side quest stuff,
no
I want to
one
get
before
these
me had
going.
mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements.
What was yours?
I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid
Oh, this
world,
is cool.
its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with a basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle.
Oh my gosh, the Basilisk war droids are so freaking cool.
The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
You dropped from orbit riding a droid?
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. and with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
Basilisk. I always use this one because it makes me laugh.
I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore.
Canderous is... yeah.
I trust I've satisfied
Neither do
your
I.
curiosity
Canderous is a
for now.
badass.
Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right. Yeah, what do you...
You have anything else? Yes!
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh?
Yeah.
I knew you were the type. Your stagnant
Funny how we
republic
think of it
has
as
never
so
seen
awesome,
some
yet
of
we
the
look
strange
down on
creatures and
people like
races
them in
we
real
fought
life.
on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Alright.
If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells.
That's true.
And the pirates were using them for cover.
It's not just the war
I
droids, it's
remember using a thermal
their whole
generator to
ideology
cause
is
the
kind of
outer
messed up
layer
when you
of
really
one of the
think about it.
asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other.
All right.
Just a ball covered in frozen gas. But
something tells me you know what's coming,
something
Mr. Enclave Fake Soldier. I think you know what's coming.
The heat of my blast might have triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that. Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship!
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led
I'm nerding out right now because I know what this is a reference to.
Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
Yes, this is modded. I have a mod that has some extra Mandalorian armor, which is what Canderous is wearing. But and that's also what made my fight with Sherrick earlier super challenging, is they had that armor too. I have a mod that enhances some of the merchant stores, and I have a couple of restoration mods, and I have the Brotherhood of Shadow Solomon's Revenge, which let's just put it this way. When we get to a point where I have the option to start that, I'll take a poll in the moment to see if you guys want to see it.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
So yeah, that story was a reference to the Yuuzhan Vong. The ship he described as what the Yuuzhan Vong call a Yorick Et. But the very rough translation to Basic, in Basic we tend to call it a coral skipper. But the Yuuzhan Vong are a race from another galaxy. There's a lot of lore for them. If you read the New Jedi Order books, you'll get pretty much all of it. But they are a race from another galaxy that were at one time Force sensitive, but then they lost it because their ideology cut them off from it or something like that. And they pretty much view all technology as the people of the main Star Wars galaxy as abhorrent, and everything of theirs is bioengineered. Yeah, it's badass, but it's also really annoying to fight at times. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. We pretty much got all of Dantooine done. We pretty much never need to come back here. Thank you all for joining me. That was an enormous amount of fun. I'm planning the next stream for Monday night. Same time, 7 p.m. So you all have a nice night. Hope this was fun for y'all. Have a good night.